I hope it looks. I don't know if it looks okay. It looks good, but I'm gonna just do this. Upgrading the. Oh God! Just stay. Just fucking stay. Good lord! I'm looking into the sun. Winter, summer. 69. Okay. I was busy playing music, but I can't play those music anymore because as of now I'm live streaming, so can't play my good shit anymore. What's up, Nicola? How's it going? Based. How do you say it again? What's up, Inistron? Based non-copyright music. Guys, I have a theory, right? Hey, I'm funny. No, I'm supposed to be free. I'm funny. It doesn't work like that. I'm good. How have you been? Been here, been there. Enjoyed myself a little bit. Shit, my hair is still tight. When I clean my house, I have a tendency to like tighten it because I'm scared of like every time I go down, it's like this. So I don't like it. I was actually busy searching something. Of course. Non-copyright music. Yeah, guys. So I've been talking to the AI since 5 a.m. I think, and so I was in this frantic concern about space and religion and all that, and I was thinking, where is nature going? So that was the beginning of the question, right? The question was, where do you think we are going from here on out? Okay, if we say a million years from now. And I was thinking, evolution is so slow, and that we design things on a much faster scale. For example, I think this will stay while technology thrives, and then we will infuse ourselves with whatever technology we can get our hands on, okay? And eventually we will merge with it in a sense where we will be able to develop new things like body structures, everything. And my conclusion is not set in stone, it's just random guesses in the dark. Our brains are like, our body is like an egg because we like to see ourselves as human beings. But what if this is just a shell and what's going on inside is developing throughout the process, right? Like an incubator, but your brain needs to build its own incubator out to get like out of this into a new shell. So I think like we're shedding this body at one point or another. When AI and everything takes over, I don't think it's taking over bad, but I think it's like it's gonna enhance us, and so we'll use our brain and put it in a much better machine. Maybe not a human one, maybe something that works better in space. I think that's one of the ideas. So the brain will have like its own habitat inside the machine, drifting through space and having a lot more bio-enhanced or whatever abilities. But I think we will, like any tree, we will start pollinate other planets. But we just need to wait for this Earth to like get full of the eggs and then develop its own incubator to get out of those eggs. And so we will like swim away from Earth, not fucking literally, but we'll be shot out into space like a normal day, and then we will start gallivanting, have cars in space, housings. The chicken came first, by the way. No, the egg was first. There was no chicken first. How the fuck do you know how complicated a chicken is? The egg is much more less complicated. That's like bullshito. Egg came out first. Yeah. Why does it start with an egg before the chicken? Also, I think, you know what's gonna happen? I think a very much big part of us knows that um, every animal has developed itself around branches, spider webs, birds with wings, tortoises with shells. They developed that way because nature seemed to like press on that part of them the whole time, and so they developed something there to resist or better control what's going on. That's why we have birds and fishes and mammals, earth-walking animals, and so on. And then I was thinking, like, in the past, if you believe in Darwin's theory, that our hands, our feet had hands, and we had other things as well. This helped us to better navigate around our habitat because it's not an environment to just walk in. So we kind of shift our aim to newer things. Instead of using my hands, my feet, hands, I don't know how you say it, to better use things, why don't I just create something so I don't have to anymore? And so that started disappearing. The strong suits, the pros of us changed into cons now. Now our main shift is on awareness and what can the brain do. Everything's about the brain, back and forth. So I was thinking maybe that the body was developed as such a hard shell that can like survive to keep the brain alive long enough. And so as we evolved, we slowly changed from physical behavior and control to physical brain to be more active here. And so I think maybe we'll evolve more with our brains, evolving a bit more, getting their own hands, kind of in a sense, because we use it so much more than our past ancestors and stuff like that. We use it scary amount of more like times. How do I talk English? I don't know. Why am I hearing Heavenly Freddy Fazbear's? What? No. So anyway, yeah, it's probably one of the things, and technology is gonna make like new species. I'm pretty sure we're gonna start having robot ideas and people who have their brains connected to it. Jesus Torres, our ancestors were smarter, dog. I doubt that. I think you're just trolling because, to be honest, it's we are where we are now. Whatever the fuck they did back then, I don't know, but the people now are way more smarter, bro. They had like one smart person every century. The first person that could have written anything or read anything was, I think, 60, 50, 60 around there. And that was in Catholic churches, that was in churches and so on. They didn't have Google Maps. Yeah, and they didn't have to go very difficult roads like today. What do you think? What the fuck happened back then? They had like 70,000 roads that I had to navigate through? Nah, bro. They just went on like one main road and then a little bit left, going north. Now we have so many different cities and stuff. I think we know more cities and streets than any one of them knew back then. They were only kept in a loop of what's around them. And oftentimes when they had a visitor, that visitor told them, you won't believe it. There's an Eiffel Tower in one country and there's a lot of sea. And he can explain some things. But if you were just born and bred in one place of the world, trust me, you don't need navigation. You just fucking... It won't be that difficult. How far back we going? Yeah, that's also true, right? We have to like distinguish how far we're talking about. I'm talking medieval life. Bro, we're talking adults in 90s. What? I'm slow today, guys. I'm slow. But yeah, I think, did you see the massive 10-story flood? Where? Nah, they ain't ancestors. Why would you say that? State your case. It threw away people, bus, and for everything like toys in Nepal. Oh shit. In fact, dinosaurs did kinda die to a meteor cause. A meteor hit a erupting volcano, destroying it, and black smoke covered the sun, chasing plants and eating, la la la, that we know, and predators when they all starve. Yes. And then birth. It came back. You know what? I know what's confusing religious people versus scientific people, because what you should not do, if you think of all of this in an atheistic matter, what you should not do is confuse yourself with comparing something that happened immediately where we are today, because it just didn't do that. It wasn't like that. There was so millions and millions and millions of much years in between. It took its time, and yes, we cannot explain the process. But just because you give an answer to a process doesn't make it like, oh, I thought of the question first and the answer first, so I win something. In scientific matters, we need to like investigate things. This is the problem between, I think, Christians and people that works with all this science and shit, and atheists. We need to prove whatever we are doing. We can't just run around and say, well, if atheists wrote their own Bible, as a sense, like they wrote a book that dictates everything that religion says, or like how can I say, that contradicts the Bible, and then imagine we should say, well, we also have the answer because that book is old. Your book is old, our book is old, so I know I'm speaking the truth because in technology verse 5 there was this and that. We can do that, but we can't just say, yeah, that's the proof. It's an old book. Maybe people who didn't know how the sun rotates, or if it even were a star or a gas of fire. Yeah, plus there are way more helicopter parents in today's age. Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. What you expect? Would you rather have an ancient caveman that has crazy strength for dinosaur survival called after the sun goes away versus a normal human? Well, I mean, there's pros and cons. You can't just compare all the good things of the past with all the bad things of the future or present today. It just doesn't work like that. That's what I'm saying. It's like you can't compare things just as it is now versus everything else back then. You know how much happened in between to explain it to you? Because the explanation is not the beginning and the end. It's literally the process in between. What happened? Because if you put bread, a slice of bread, under your bed or somewhere where you can put it away so it can rot, put it in a plastic bag, let it really damp up, and we come back like 5 months, a year, I don't care. We go back, we see it, we look at it, and it's black, gray, fucking dried out, dust pieces start to fall from it. And I ask you, like, how did it become from the bread to this? It's magic. And you're like, no, actually there was green also and different other colors. It expanded before it like contracted because there was very gas buildups and then that disappeared. And they will be like, no, I don't see that. I remember it was fresh bread and it was molten black bread now. I don't recall. And then so scientists goes and tell you like, okay, look. So with good time, germs does this and that, all that fucking extra words I don't understand. But then they can explain to you the process of something, because it's the process that we all just keep out of it and be like, no, but how do you explain it? It's not about explaining, it's the process that you need to go look up yourself. If everything was as easy to explain as religion, then good lord, we know everything about what exists. But it's not. Okay, it's a very complex system, and it's not something we can just brush off at the dinner table and just be like, yeah, nah, it makes sense to me, so let's keep it like that. There's so much work to do when you want to understand something, and it takes millions of people to accomplish this. It's a myth that people of the old times were strong. I think they were strong because they had a little bit of a hard labor habitat, like their environment were very harsh, and if you're not used to it, then I wouldn't say they were born like stronger than us. I think we we're all born the same. I just think their environment made them a bit stronger along the years, especially the standards back then, where you have to be the best of yourself. Nowadays, you can cower away behind everything. How do cavemen and cave women know how to mate? How do animals know how to mate? It's a thing. It's an instinct. We are meant to do these things. Why do I have eyebrow control when I'm angry? When I'm trying to. Like, why do I do that? I didn't plan this. I wasn't in the mirror and be like, if I want to be mad, I need to be like, we don't do that. It just comes from natural self. If we want to piss, we can feel it's coming out somewhere. We need to do something about it, and we're ashamed of it. Why do you think we're ashamed of it? Because we're just fucking introverts? No. Our body's trying to tell us, like, look, you can't shit where you eat. We don't like that. People's noses gonna say it disturbs them. We're gonna make them smell like the worst scenario. And then it will trigger their brains to be like, go fucking do it somewhere else. We want to be orderly and clean. Because that can make sicknesses and you don't want to sleep in your shit, bro. You're not a pig. They were severely out of nutrition and their survival is about grind and strength. Yeah. I don't know how humans haven't been extinct yet. Figure that, right? And how did the children in the Stone Age figure out how to mate? Really? There's gossips and there wasn't walls and doors back then. I think they saw how they mate. It wasn't also such a secret thing. It wasn't such a, oh Lord, they had sex. Good. understanding to the concept of God, but God lives within us. Why do you want it to live within you? Because it's not a matter of what lives inside of you, it's why do you feel that needs to be the case. If you can't prove that, why do you feel it has to be that? Because if we don't talk on grounds of facts, we need to start talking about what motivated that belief, what motivated you in feelings, not in mathematicianal ways or anything, in feelings. Why do you want it to nurture your feeling that there should be a God in you? If you are pretending to be godless most of the time, you're bathing in sin and actually never know when you're doing it. You're so unobservant about these things. And then, you think there's a God in that also makes mistakes and then rots in a grave and smells. I mean, you came out of a V, right? Lust was the thing that made you, and yet we have to see ourselves that powerful. I think it burdens people to know that they're pointless, that they have no meaning. It's just a long evolutionary timeline. And I can explain it to you, it's like trees. You cannot see a tree grow. You can only notice that it has grown. The types in between is invisible to us as human beings. We are too impatient to know how it looks. But if you take a camera and you zoom out and you just fast forward the process, guaranteed you'll see a movement. You'll be like, oh, so that's the process. Because we believe in a faster timeline. Time, obviously, as you know, people say it doesn't exist. So if we really want to play it out as a spectrum, our spectrum is a bit faster than a tree's perspective of life, right? We rush through life because we only have 60 years. A tree has endless. So imagine tortoise seeing us just as like fast fucking lightning. Alex, question. Why do I have why do I have mad eyebrows when I'm mad? Yeah, that's the thing. Also, how do you relate hunger feelings to eating? I mean, it's an invisible thing. It's been your whole life there. Why didn't you ever ask the question to make yourself aware of this? Why do you feel that when you are hungry, you need to go and eat? And then they say there's free will, right? Like you don't have to. But everything in this natural world is trying to tell you something. That it's not your free will. We dictate you by your feelings. I can make you go against everything you said by making you just feel comfort in the opposite thing that you believe in, and you will take it. If I can change the environment of everything that you believe so dearly in, and I can make you change your mind over 2 or 3 or 4 years with harsh environmental problems surrounding your beliefs, you will start to change, and it's gonna go against everything you believed wholeheartedly, because belief is directed from your feelings, and feelings can make you take your own life, take someone else's life, make kids, so many different things. That's how powerful the brain is, and that's how powerful feelings can go. If you want to be more just statistical and you just want to think and use those, I promise you life wouldn't be that difficult. Everything you are up to today was not by your choice. It was by a fleeting desire. It was by a feeling. If you really were in control, you would have been saying no to your feelings all along. You'd be like, I want to have that girl, but I'm just not educational strong right now, and I'm gonna waste my time on something that's fleeting. I can be more productive in anything that can help me survive better as a human being. Not being a smart ass, being mathematical philosopher, not being better at living with yourself, with your environment, and to better not understand people, but to cancel out any negative thing that will always come to your path. You get some people that loves to harbor madness, like anger and shit like that. They just manifest that shit. The adrenaline got an addiction out of them. So some of them will get angry and keep it for the rest of their life. Grudges as fucking far as the eye can see. And then some people like, I'm angry, it's unfair, but I'm gonna let it go, and I'm just gonna stay away from whatever made me angry. Running away, I would say. In certain ways, it's the best way, because some people can't change unless you just change your actions towards them in a more absent way. So your famous words in the future would be, I don't know. Literally, I don't know. I don't feel any positivity at this point, Chief. No, I don't think it's subcat lover. I don't think it's anything to do with positivity. It's just something to think about. I was somewhere now, I forgot. Anyway, let me just read back here, because I don't believe in God, but I respect people who do. Yeah, Nicola, that's actually a very healthy mindset, because religion believe it or not, is a very helpful uh, thing, whether it be placebo or just a coping method. It keeps people having good morals. Some who struggle with it will feel the guilt through religion and then absolve themselves from what they did and change. It's a very good key way to change. I'm just like many other people, we feel more in control of our own lives by thought, not by we think we know better. We just think we feel different. You're going to be a philosopher. No, I'm just talking a lot of shit. I'm funny, but yeah, I'm funny. Oh, I did read this. To be yourself is to follow your instinct. Human branch. Yeah. Yeah, inflation is fucking me up as well. I wonder why they put the prices so high. I know there's wars and shit, but I mean, fuck. What? Can the farmers not farm anymore? Um, can we riot globally to make it price go down? Yeah, imagine. Anyway, so as many as other things, um, yeah, life is a little bit. Even identity is not even a unique thing. Identity is actually just your brain creating a character so it can better predict itself. That's crazy, right? But that's actually how your brain works. Every one of you had made choices for comfort to escape the idea of probabilities. When it's uncertain, unknown, it's why gamblers gamble. It's so unknown what's gonna happen, and the money is just making them think, you know what, fuck everything. But in life, you don't get something out of it. If I'm telling you go into that dark cave, you're risking your balls to go in a dark cave because I asked you to. And so we'd rather say no. I'm not doing that. I'm smarter. I'm not gonna lose my life. It's many people that think like, oh no, he's a pussy because he doesn't want to fight. But actually, the person is like reevaluating things. It's like thinking, nah, I think maybe I just brought a date. It's gonna be a good night. Why the fuck do I want to waste my night on pain? Okay, it's so unpredictable. So let's do something predictable. Go and fucking get a movie. Go home, eat something nice, and whatever. It's the brain's fucking amazing. That's why even rich people, no matter how poor they get, they go back to rich. It's all they understand. It's how they predict themselves. Poor people will, even if they get the money, become poor later on because it's all they understand is pleasure and working for the pleasure. Rich people, same thing, but they make, I don't know. I'm not a rich person. See, that's why I'm not going to even speak where they are. Um, this is a scientist, philosopher, YouTuber, and artist. Yeah, sorry, it's everything all together, guys. I thought about it. You know what? I think I don't know if I'm more interesting or less interesting with or without art, but I just feel like you know what? I'm gonna draw and post it on YouTube, but I'd rather use my live streaming so we can just talk like a amount of shit. So that's maybe where, if you look at some of the things I say and go look at my art again, you'll notice where I'm from a little bit. You know. I saw The Accountant starring Ben Affleck recently. Oh, that's a good movie, bro. It's a smart guy and it's a good movie. Like holy shit, that guy is performing in his job. He doesn't like waste any effort. Always surprised is if you start solving grade 12 mathematical questions. No, I can't do that. Listen, as if it's one thing, I will say I only talk about any of these things for purely entertainment. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't have any fields or anything. I'm literally just playing with imagination and just running around saying things. Whatever I'm saying is not because I deem myself as anything of smart or I'm just a normal person. You should see the mistakes I make daily. Okay, so I'm not talking because I feel I'm smart and you guys need to hear this. I'm talking about I'm just those little brain farts you get like late at night. You're just watching something like, oh, you know what? Like I had one last night. I was wondering, and I'm probably it's the obvious questions. I just don't know. I was wondering if you take a plastic bag, right? I don't have one conveniently, right? And you put it full of air, like you're just waving it in the air, and then you close it, and then you can feel like it's hard. It doesn't resist you, right? But what if you're in space and you open the bag? In space, there's no air, there's nothing. It's vacuum, vacuum, vacuum. You just open the bag. Inside, there's vacuum inside now, like space inside it, if you want to say it, and then seal it. seal it off. If you press it, will it just suck in like there's nothing? Because there's nothing. Nothing. I mean, you can trap air in the bag, but do you trap space in the bag, or does the bag just like retract the way you press it? I don't know. Cheers on funny enjoy. I'm just thinking, like, what if? What happens? What happened? Oh, I started to put this picture, the picture I'm drawing. I'm just looking at my earphones. It's gonna fall, right? No, it's not. Okay. Anyway, so I was busy with this one. Let's see how it turned out. I think I should make this my October sketches. I'm still busy with it, but there's the tray full of brains, and the heart is weighing more. Still busy there. There's still, so what's happening here is that's the eye, and then that's the tree. So it's like tears coming from an eye turning into a tree, and then this skull is just like growing onto his stomach. Hey, my Maisa, how's it going? I'm gonna make that striped moon there as well. And then there's the brains. Oh, and then it's like it's playing with the wires. But yeah. Oh yeah, I have a yeah. It survived. But yeah, I'm still busy with this thing, and it's gonna take me forever. I think it takes me roughly 2 to 3 days to finish these types of art. I got myself into something now. I don't know if you guys want to see this. I don't think even I could see anything. Let me do this. Fuck, I hate being left. I'm left-handed, so you know what? Will this work? And now I'm gonna be right-handed for a moment. Yeah, these things take like a amount of time. That's why I don't do this anymore, because it's very hard to like drawing the pace I want to draw and drawing the pace that entertains people, because people are very how would I call this, impatient people. Oh, you guys can still see. You're an artist, yeah. Yeah, I do like a lot of art, man. Like this one. Okay, you fell a fucking. Dude, you fell like far as fuck. Okay, let's try again. Hold on tight. Hold on tight. I'm trying to zoom in. Okay, there you go. That's a bit, perhaps a bit too much. Let me do this. I'm left-handed, so I'm just trying to do this. There you go. Yeah, this is gonna take me like a lifetime. Lifetime, I don't have. Right? But one day when I'm finished with it, I think I will have immensely. Oh, jeez. A lot to show. Bro, nah, I don't believe it. Oh, addicted. Bro, there's so much here. Holy shit. Yeah, guys, that's about it. I'm busy building on this AI comic book. Oh yeah, I'm using AI to start a comic book. You know, it's very rhetorical. I mean, you think, well, he's an artist, probably has a problem with AI, right? No, I don't have a problem with AI. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. I don't use it to like further lazy my unique drawings and also my ideas. But shit, where do you get inspirations from? I get mine like from Pinterest sometimes. If I don't have music to inspire me or a good spark of inspiration, maybe of what I liked to see, I go to Pinterest. I go find some good ideas. I don't draw necessarily the picture. Let's say, as a form, as an example, okay? I see a tree with a mushroom on it, and then I would think to myself, maybe that's on Pinterest, right? A beautiful mushroom tree. And I'll think, wow, imagine those mushrooms had eyes. Imagine it's not a tree, but like backbone. And then, it gets me to build my own thing. Nothing to do with the image, like drawing references. I still do draw references, but not for masterpieces. I draw references from references of biology and stuff like that. So I'm still further studying my own art. As I'm going, I'm not a legend for just drawing. I had to like start suffering immensely but just drawing random shit that I have to exercise. Like how to exercise the skeletal and the muscle and everything in between, veins, the probabilities of clouds, rains, and grass and trees and stuff like that. I still need to learn these things as well as animals, mechanics. There's so many things to learn what to draw, and you'll never get tired of learning art. It's way too much. But in the meantime, I sometimes draw like fancy shit that I just feel like I want to draw, right? And when I want to draw a little bit of a masterpiece, I'll just go on Pinterest or perhaps I'll have an idea I've been sitting on for a while. Either way, I get my inspirations from somewhere. If it's in real life, something I saw on YouTube, whatever, but I always make sure, no matter how many times you watch the videos and images of the references I took it from, you will never see what I took because I never use what's in that image. I use whatever I feel I can exchange it with. Yes, like perhaps a bird drinking water. I'll make like a bird growing tree, and the tree grew into the form of a bird drinking water, and there's an eye on the bird or something. But it's never the shape or the perspective. Nothing of that is in the image. It's purely my own ideas. But yeah, I need to watch something very exotic to like on Pinterest that's very nonsensible. It's out of the box. It's crazy. That will usually spark some good intentions of imagination, and then I'll be like, "Yep, I have an idea. I'm gonna draw it." Sometimes even listening to music, it gives me this butterfly feeling in my heart, and I immediately like go through so many scenes. Not ideas that I can draw, but it's like I love to just imagine random shit. I think everyone has a problem. Oh yeah, I just wanted to say like the signal is shit. So sorry if. Why is my hair like doing that? Okay, perhaps it's better now. So yeah, no, I don't know sincerely how far I'll get into becoming good at art. I'm just having to like I just have to go through it. And yeah, so there's so much to do, so much to know, so much to prove. And yeah, so I draw every day, draw my things, build my things as is. And then yeah, I just grow this talent until it's something magnificent and then people be like, well, You did it. You make it somehow, someday, some way. But yeah. Oh shit! Wait, I think this isn't. Wait, it is or is it? Yeah. Good lord! I almost thought it's a non-copyright music. I was like, shit. But yeah, guys. I think this will be it. I think I'll be leaving things as it is here, and then I will be back by tomorrow. Again. How long has it been? Almost an hour. Well, that's good enough. That's good enough. But guys, thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow. Cheers. I think everyone is gonna be disappointed. Where did I go? But yeah, it's one of those things, right? Cheers, guys.